Hi, this is the first ever video in my brand new room. I'm very excited. It still needs some sprucing. There's a random chair in the back there, and there are also quite a few boxes just out of eyesight. You might remember that in November of last year, I made a video called 30 Before 30, in which I talked through my bucket list that I made when I was 21, which were 30 things I wanted to do before I turned 30. I did an update video, really enjoyed doing it, and now I still have about 6 months left before I turn 30. So when a couple of weeks ago I read an early copy of this book, which is called How Do You Like Me Now by Holly Bourne, it resonated with me pretty hard. And this video is also sponsored by the publisher of this book, Hodder, for the release of the book, which is today. It's the story of Tori Bailey, who is in her early 30s and dealing with, let's say, some of the pressures that come along with that. When she was in her mid-20s, she wrote a massively successful and funny and provocative self-help book. It went on to sell millions. She also met the perfect boyfriend, and now it is a couple of years on, and people are constantly asking her about her perfect life. But her relationship is definitely not as happy as what it looks like on the outside. She can't figure out what her second book is going to be. All of her friends are getting married, having babies. I read this book so quickly. I read it on the train to Bath and back from Bath. It was really funny. It was like really cringy at certain parts where you want to like reach into the book and go, no, don't do that. And it hit some really good notes about relationships and friendship as well. I also get to give away a signed copy of this book, so stay tuned until the end to find out more about that. But for now, let me tell you about 30 things I've learned in 30 years. Some of these are specifically for past me, and some of these are just general advice. Number one is that your dreams change as you achieve them, or as time goes by. You might think you want this one thing in life, and then when you get it, it might turn out you want something else, or while you're working on it, you realize that actually you found something else you really want to do. I feel like when you're younger, it's hard to think like what happens beyond a certain goal, so that was an interesting one to learn. Number two is, if you can, keep a memory box. I have one. It's somewhere in this room, I don't know where, but I basically keep ticket stubs from concerts, from events I go to. If we take pictures at a photo booth, I put it in there. It's a nice little box. It doesn't take up too much space, but I love going through it. I probably have things in there from when I was about like 14, 15, 16, and like one little ticket stub can bring back really nice memories. Number three, a lot of your celebrity heroes will disappoint you. No further comment needed, I think. Number four, please go to the dentist. When I moved to London, I didn't go to the dentist for 2 years, and I have terrible teeth. Ended up with a tooth that died, a face that became twice its normal size. Would not recommend. Number five, explore where you live, because you will regret it when you have to leave. While I lived in the Netherlands, I didn't go see enough stuff. I didn't go to enough cities. So now that I live in London, I try and do as much as possible. I'm trying to go into England as well and explore, but especially even just in your neighborhood, try out a new cafe, walk into a new shop, or find a nice park nearby. Number six, you don't always have to do what you're best at. You can also do what you enjoy. Now, obviously this doesn't apply to everyone in every situation, but I sort of realized, and I think my friend Ariel Bassett was talking about this recently as well, that sometimes there's a thing you're really good at that people praise you for, that you think, okay, that is what I'm supposed to be doing with my life, but maybe that's not the thing that you enjoy most. And there might be a way for you to like make a living or live your life doing the thing that you love. And you might have lots of different things to learn to get to that point. But yeah, don't always be led by the automatic thing that people think you should be doing. Some of these are difficult to explain and other ones are really easy. Number seven, summer picnics in the park with your friends are the best. Number eight, buy presents throughout the year. Keep people in mind that you might buy a Christmas present for, or like a birthday present. Not only will your wallet thank you, but you end up finding the best stuff. So keep a little list in your phone, and then when you're in a shop that is perfect, you might be able to pick up some gifts early. Number nine, and I've said this before, life is too short to finish books that you're not enjoying. Just put them down, it's okay. This also goes for classics that you're not enjoying. Unless it is for school, you don't owe it to anyone to finish it. Number 10, this one is to me, but I guess it's general advice as well. Please wear sunscreen, especially on your face, or wear a hat. Why didn't you do that? Number 11, it's a big one. Delaying admin things will always make them worse. Either you miss a deadline or you realize you needed something that you thought you had. This also goes for taxes. Number 12, your weekends or whatever free days you have when you start working will become so precious. I don't think I cared that much about my weekends before, and then as soon as I went into a full-time job, they became such precious gold, and I hold on to them as much as I can. Number 13, this one is especially for me. Say no to bangs. They don't work for you. You've tried. That's a fringe for people in the UK. Number 14, if you have friends or family abroad, go visit them. Those will be some of the most memorable trips. Every time I've visited someone else in their home country, you get such a lovely, authentic experience and such a good shared memory. Number 15, and this is, I think, one of the biggest ones. If you remember any of them, make it this one. If you're looking to do something, start something, looking for a job, an apartment, whatever, put it out there. Tell people about it, whether it's social media or in person. The connections that you have can't help you if they don't know what you're looking for. 16, I don't enjoy baths, and I never will. And I've made my peace with that. 17, cherish your language and your culture. Learn about it as much as you can. Keep up with it as much as you can. Number 18, this one goes out to me as well. No, you don't need that thing. Don't buy it. Put the money in a jar. Use it for something else. 19, fresh sheets and crockery become so much more fun when you get older. Number 20, one that I wish I would have stuck to more. Get an important documents folder. Don't let it out of your sight. Create a spreadsheet. Put lots of important information in there. Different addresses of where you've lived, proof of address, any kind of thing that in like 2 or 3 years time you won't remember. Please put it in there. Keep it safe. You will need it. Number 21, being busy is not something to aspire to. It is okay to leave the office on time. Obviously, there's the odd late day and there are different situations for different jobs, but try to not take pride in always overworking yourself. 22, picture books, like physical picture books, are still amazing. I've gotten ones as gifts and they're really precious, so make them yourself or give them to someone else. 23, doing things by yourself is pretty amazing. I had to figure this out when I went to university. I rarely did stuff by myself before then. Go for a walk, go for brunch by yourself, read a book, sit in the park, buy yourself some flowers. For me, it was really important to learn how to be alone, and when I discovered it, I loved it. 24, get a young person's rail card if you're in the UK before it is too late. I missed out on this and I have a lot of regrets. 25, talk to your friends, talk to your partners. Bad communication can cause so many horrible things, so much stress. It's like super cliche to say, but talk to people. 26, ask your parents and your grandparents to tell you stories about their life, about the people they knew, whether it's like from a couple of years ago or like 60 years ago. Ask for as many stories as possible. Number 27, this one goes out to me too. Just accept that you'll never be able to keep a journal. And that's okay. Following on from that one, number 28, it is okay if plants die in your care. You're learning. It'll get there, I hope. Number 29, always bring a party snack in your bag. You will thank your past self. And number 30, stay sexy and don't get murdered. Shout out to my favorite podcast. But what it means is basically, if you're in an uncomfortable situation, you don't feel safe, give up on politeness and get out. I didn't mean to end on such a dramatic note. Maybe I should end on the one about bringing a party snack. I'm not actually that concerned about turning 30. I'm that kind of person who doesn't think about it that much, but by the time I turn that age, I feel like I am already that age, so I've already come to terms with it. There's so much pressure from social media to sort of pretend like your life is perfect, and obviously when you follow other people, you might think that their life is perfect. And I also sometimes find it difficult that people really value young success, so that you have to like be successful by the time you're like 25 or 30 or whatever. Everyone's situation is different, and that is fine. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that list. If you like topics like this, pressures of turning a certain age, relationships like seeming perfect, but especially the pressure that is put on women as well. And if you like a really funny and relatable read, go check out How Do You Like Me Now? It is out today. Also, you might have already read some of Holly's books because she's written a bunch of YA books as well, and this is her debut adult fiction book. And I actually definitely haven't read enough books about people my age, which is why this was like a breath of fresh air. And before I forget, I have a signed copy to give away. So if you would like to enter to win a signed copy of this book, all you need to do is subscribe to my channel and then leave a comment below with a piece of advice, either to your past self or just something that you've learned in recent years that you'd like to share. I think I'll leave the giveaway open for about a week, and it's open internationally. I'll put the exact dates and details in the description. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Some of my future videos might still be in my old room because I tried to pre-record some, so it might switch back and forth a couple of times. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Doei!